When you restore old movies, normally the people who made those movies are no longer there. So you can't really ask them, what was your original intention here? In our case, I was lucky, I knew the original intention. And in the case, let's say, of Alice in the Cities, I knew that Robbie and I had dreamt to shoot it in 35mm. That year was the very first year a self-blimmed 35mm came out, the Arriflex BL, but they only had prototypes. We couldn't get our hands on one, so because we were shooting with direct sound, we had to shoot on 16, and we hated it. Because our dream was to shoot it in large screen 166, which at the time was a regular format in Europe, not anymore. But at the time we dreamt of shooting it in large screens. So on that crummy 16mm camera we had in the window, we had the marks where 160C would be. And so we framed for that. Of course we had to shoot full frame also for television. And then as things go, you make prints, nobody cares that the director initially wanted to have it in 166. It got always screened in 16, in 3x4 full frame. And I always suffered because I always saw our original intention in there. So when we restored it now, went back to the original negative and scanned it, meticulously restored it. The Alice in the City was dead. The negative was dead. They had made 160 prints of a 60mm negative, so it was dead. There was nothing left on it. It was so scratched and torn and had so many wounds. It was unbelievable, but still, we were able to restore it. Took the longest time of all the films. And in the end I said, well, if we've done all of this already and it looks so good again, then I'd like to have it in that format that I was dreaming of already at the time. So we radically went for 166, the frame that we had initially in mind. And I know that maybe some conservative restaurators will whine and say, oh, we only know this film in 3x4. And I would say, unfortunately. But now you see it as I meant it. And that's the advantage if you do it yourself.